via. So I work as a receptionist at a firm. As the receptionist, I have a myriad of duties, a few of which are taking phone messages and relaying them via email to the correct person, and also retrieving files from our local storage basement. One lady, henceforth called Donna, to whom I relay messages is very particular about me relaying the phone number with the area code, as she has a work tablet that she can tap the number on and it would automatically call it, but this only works with the area code there. One day she asked me to find 4 files from the basement, which I do so, save for one file which is missing, cue about 40 minutes of sending me back to the basement about 5 times to double check it isn't there, and then having me search the whole office except hers because she is adamant that it isn't in there. I end up giving up because the phone is ringing and I need to answer it. Fast forward a few hours and I need to go and give her something, and I see the file. I say, "Oh, you found it. Where was it?" And she replies, "Oh, on my desk the whole time," very shortly, as if it was my fault I didn't look there. Okay, lady, since the day I have every now and again forgotten to put the area code on her messages, so she has to type in the number and call it back, wasting about 30 seconds of her life. But I'm hoping I can make up 40 minutes of her time by the end of the year. Take that, Donna. Yeah,
Damn.
One of the comments like, "Yeah, fuck you, Donna." That's funny.
Like, this has become just a little mini war.
Yes, I want my whole house recabled. I was a valued customer with Comcast for 5 years. One day, as I was getting home,
Very valued.
Very valued. I mean, it's Comcast.
Yeah. Just to have customers is value to them.
As I'm getting home, there is a Comcast technician just leaving my house and walking to my neighbor's. Later, I found that my neighbor called to complain about his intermittent internet connectivity, not knowing it was coming from my house. The text note said I have an RF signal leak somewhere in my house causing my neighbor's interference, and then he put a pad on my system that blocked my signal, leaving me no service TV or internet. The note also stated he needed my consistent to replace all the wiring in my house. I walked next door to give him the approval to fix it, and he told me he already closed out my ticket for the day and I would need to call in a level 2 ticket to get it fixed. How did he close out my ticket to a problem I don't know I had? And he was still working on my neighbor's house, and the reason why he is there in the first place. I called Comcast and they said it would be 2 weeks before I could get someone out to fix it. So I told them to go ahead and schedule that appointment. But since I am no longer in a contract, I called DirecTV before they joined AT&T and signed up for satellite. 2 days before the cable install, I called and canceled my service with Comcast, and they said if I still wanted the cabling replaced. I told them yes, and as I'm going to have DirecTV set up the dish to that commenced to rewire my entire house with new cabling boxes, splitters, and wall outlets. The technicians were not too happy that I supervised the whole time, as I didn't want them to mess up anything. This was the one and only time I was able to stick it to Comcast. They are such a crappy company. Karshnov gets to hear the ugly truth. Not me, but my dad. My dad's a huge Volkswagen fan. What?
I was gonna say, when he said he was also gonna try screaming dick.
Absolutely loves the things. And at the time of this story, about 1987, he drove a Rabbit that, since he is perpetually broke, was mostly rusty and duct tape. He and my mom are going to visit my mom's sister and her first husband, both of whom are fairly well-to-do compared to my parents being dirt poor rednecks. Dad's brother-in-law had bought a new Audi, and my dad parked his Rocket next to it. Brother-in-law comes out and starts bragging about his new Audi, and while my dad would have shrugged this off. He then goes on to bash Volkswagen in general, and my dad's rabbit in particular, with both of their wives watching. For those of you who don't know, Volkswagen owns Audi and has owned Audi since the 1960s. Naturally, since brother-in-law is being a dick, my dad asks him, well, if Volkswagens are so terrible, why did you buy one? When brother-in-law starts to protest, Dad points to the sticker on the window, which has the Volkswagen emblem beside the Audi. He then goes on around pointing out the Volkswagen stickers and even pops the hood and starts pointing at the Volkswagen badges on the various engine components, while his brother-in-law gets increasingly flustered again while both of their wives are watching. God damn, get wrecked!
Savage.
Finally, my dad said something basically to the effort of, we both drive Volkswagens, just paid a lot more for yours than I did. Today, don't make me kick your chair again. I work in a retail store that sells a lot of furniture, and I was 20 minutes from finishing my second shift in 24 hours. I was moving a chair into the back room to fix a leg on it and coat it. So while carrying the chair, I can't see things that are low to the ground and immediately in front of me. I turned a corner and a woman had a small plastic desk chair in the middle of an aisle. My chair accidentally bumps hers slightly, and without missing a beat, she says, "Excuse you?" So I casually apologize and she says, "Yeah, you are sorry." I respond with a, "Well, I do apologize." She shoots back with, "Yeah, after the fact." Yes, I apologized afterwards because it doesn't really make sense to apologize before doing something, does it? She decides to speak to my manager, who then tells her, "Well, I'm sure him and his promotion are very upset by your cathing review." Of course, she lost her mind. And then I'm asked to get a rug for a customer, and I'm bringing it out to the front. I see her chair sitting in front of her where I need to place the rug, and her standing near the front of a very long aisle. So as she's watching me, I kicked her chair out of my way, set down the rug, and made direct eye contact as I walked away. You're not the only one on your lunch. Enjoy Linkin Park. So this actually happened yesterday. I worked at a call center with 800 or so employees in a bunch of different departments. We have a lounge and also a lunchroom, and the lunchroom is where this happens. There's a woman that comes into the lunchroom every day to Skype with her baby. One problem is she talks so freaking loud that I can have my headphones full blast and still hear her. She sings Sesame Street and Elmo songs, and it gets annoying after a while. So I wasn't in the best mood yesterday because I didn't sleep while I was eating my lunch, and she comes with Miss Elmo's World with her friend. She is EW. Wanna Skype with my baby? Aw, hell no, friend. Aw, I love babies. Sure, kill me. EW. OMG. Hi, are you with daddy? Aw, you're so cute. Aw. I don't understand it. Babies are cute, but this is nuts. I turn to her and say, "Excuse me, can you please keep it down?" Can you please keep it down a little? Elmo's World then retorts, "Haha, no, I'm speaking with my baby. I can be as loud as I want. I'm not hurting anything. So that's how you want to play? Fine." Now, I'm a fan of bands like Linkin Park, Papa Roach, and 3 Days Grace. So I turned on a song, which was Linkin Park, and I cranked it full blast with no headphones, and Elmo's World turns to me and says, "Turn that off. It's loud and giving me a headache." "Oh, really?" Then I say, "Oh, I would, but it can be as loud as I want it to be. It's not hurting anything." EW, "It's hurting me." Me, "You can leave. I politely asked for you to stop screaming at your child, who is probably gonna have ear issues by the time he or she turns 10. If it's bothering you, leave." She rolls her eyes, walked away, and scoffed. I put my headphones back in when she left. That's what you get for being a bitch.
Damn.
High school revenge.
Oh no, high school.
When I was in my senior year, I was taking a Photoshop class. This is just a filling course. Most of the class was freshmen, but I didn't care. Mostly a friend was with me in the class. I barely talked to and sometimes joked around with my friend, but these snot noses little bitchy freshmen would laugh at me openly.
Ha ha ha.
Really? When I was in a Photoshop class, some kid blasted up Dora the Explorer.
And everyone was happy.
Especially when we all had to go back and sit down. It's because at first I thought I was imagining it, but then I realized they were. I confronted them and they gave me attitude, continuing their behavior. I wasn't enjoying my class anymore because I was feeling judged in every little thing I did. So I got tired of it and told the teacher and hoped for the best. But the bitches kept on going.
Yeah.
It was time for me to take charge. When we would turn in work, we would turn it into a folder to the teacher.
Hey,
Still more.
That sounds familiar.
Hey, were we there?
Possibly.
Hey.
Is this a...
So I would take the girls' work and delete it each time they would try to turn it in. They started to get failed grades, and I saw their frustrations every day get worse. I was never caught, but it made each day so much better, seeing those girls' hard work just get deleted so simply each day by me. If they get pissed off more than usual, I would erase all their files in their folders. I don't regret anything.